Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're here with a new dealer of mine. This is Lynn, and Lynn is a motorcycle expert, and today we're going to be showing you the shop, but we're going to start off with this beautiful Nissan Sentra. This is a 2012 2-liter, and we're going to be doing the CVT transmission fluid. Very important on these vehicles. We're going to be switching it to the 100% synthetic, so it's going to get better gas mileage, smoother shifting through the different belt pulley diameters, and just a whole lot better, cooler transmission, as he was having an overheating problem, a little bit of an issue with the heat.
Yeah, well, if you get over 100 degrees and you're going uphill, the transmission burns up.
You
can't get an oil temp light, but by the time you get the light, the torque converter is locked up. So I'm going to add an oil cooler too to help cool that down and prevent that problem.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's such a small little upgrade you can do. It's very inexpensive to do this compared to replacing the transmission. So we're going to kick it off right now. We're going to get video of him cracking it right now. Take a look down here. Right.
There we go. Comes off easy.
Just a little socket. What size socket is it?
Number 19 millimeter.
19 mil, all right. And then it's just a basic drain and fill. So you'll see it's pretty brown, and that's usual. It usually gets oxidized.
Try not to do this.
Most likely, the total fill in this transmission is 7.4 quarts, I believe. And most likely it's going to drain about 3.5. And then we're going to go ahead and feel her up. To mention, it's a little bit messy, so get a big wide oil pan. Take a look. You'll see there was a small blunder.
Okay.
You can see it over here too. The wider the oil pan, the better.
That's all I need now.
Pack specification this fluid meets. This meets and exceeds 3 of them, and that's the Nissan NS1, NS2, and NS3 specification. So this is better than actually what Nissan makes. It's a lot better. The biggest thing is the actual manufacturers use a synthetic blend, which is called a full synthetic. This is 100% synthetic, so there's no mineral oils in it. You get a lot better film strength. The better the film strength, the less wear on your metal bands, your bearings last longer, less heat, better gas mileage, and also it'll shift and run a lot better in the cold. 100% synthetic runs much better in the cold. So I just wanted to mention those specifications. So if you're gonna not use the AMSOIL, it needs to exceed the NS2 spec.
Putting in the sauce.
We're rolling.
All right, the liquid gold's going in. Take a look. Look at that beautiful CVT fluid. That's what it's supposed to look like. Take a look. All right, we're gonna go for a drive. So if you have your car, I recommend just changing the fluid like every 10,000 miles. If that's what I would do if I owned this car. And we just filled her up. We're gonna motor her up, check our level, and we'll go for a test drive, see how she runs. All right, now we're going through the gears, park, reverse drive, and you just cycle through so it circulates. And then we're gonna check our fluid level. As of right now, it's looking like it takes about 4 quarts to fill half the pan. Check our fluid level. Now you were mentioning it's best to do it with it turned off, right?
Well, no, you check the fluid level with it running, but what I do is clean the dipstick, put it back in there, start it up, so that brings the fluid to whatever level, and then check it again.
All right.
If you do it that way, it doesn't matter.
All right, awesome. All right, so the pan on this takes 4 quarts. The entire fill is about 7.3. So what I recommend, if this is your first time doing your fluid change, I would go drive the car, go put some miles on it, and then you can come back and actually drain and fill it again. And that way you'll have about 75% of the fluid, maybe 80% of the fluid changed out. We're done with the fluid change. We'll get some driving impressions and see how she feels. So behind me is the airport. That's the airport back there. And we're gonna see what it feels like. Las Vegas Strip, and then that it's only 107. Those little boogers really go.
Yeah, they're not too bad, actually.
Yeah, I actually love the CVT transmissions. They're so efficient. I love them.
Yeah, they have a little bit of lag in them when you're first taking off, because that's the slowest part of this vehicle. Once you get past about 30, boy, it's got plenty of acceleration, but initial acceleration, it's right off out of the hole. It's a little high gear.
Wow. So can you feel any differences yet?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute.
So this is, let's see, the 2-liter CVT. It runs good.
Yeah, it's working just fine.
So what does the differences feel?
Well, the difference is this car will, whatever, if you floor it, it'll just go to 6,200 RPM and stay there. So then when you let off, it's supposed to transition smoothly. And before, it would transition, but it wasn't smooth. You'd feel like a jump in the transmission. So this, now it's nice and smooth. There's no, there's a little bit of lag, but nothing like, see how the tach is? So it'll just stay there until you let off. So, yeah, it's working great.
Wow. So there is a difference. Awesome. I'm happy to hear. So we'll go back to the shop, and we're going to show you the motorcycle shop. He works on all different classic motorcycles. We'll see you back at the shop. All right, we're back from racing around. We're just going to do one more good fluid check while she's nice and hot, just to double check. So we did 4 of the 7.3 quarts, so that's over half the fluid changed. So we'll just we'll do a little double check. Hey, we're putting in another half a quart, so it's going to take 4.5 quarts.
Stop there and see what we got.
Just wanted to quick mention, if it's a different transmission than this one, it could take less than 4.5 quarts in the oil pan, so just always double check it a couple times. All right, so if you have any questions on this stuff, feel free to reach out to me. Also, I wanted to mention, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Tap the notification bell. Also, I have all my information on all the products in the description section below. If you're on your computer, you'll see the Show More tab. If you're on a smartphone, you'll see a little reverse down arrow. That goes in the description section. Now we're going to come on inside and take a look at the shop. So he works on all different types of motorcycles. And that's our good man, Lynn. And he's just uncovering some of them right now. And you can take a look. Take a look at some of the Hondas. All different types of classic motorcycles.
This is a Honda 500. It's a 1971. Okay, everything's been completely rebuilt on it. This is a 1975 Honda 400. These are all 4-cylinder motorcycles, inline 4. So this I'm waiting for the painter to finish with painting the tank, and it's running incomplete. This is a Honda 350F, which means 4-cylinder also. So this is a 73. And this is a 1972 Triumph Bonneville. That's, again, basically waiting for paint to finish up. Everything's been re-chromed, powder coated frame. Everything's basically brand new on it. And then this is the crazy motorcycle. This is a 1978 Jawa Ice Racer. As you can see, these spikes are really sharp. I mean, they will. And so these guys race. This bike goes over 100 miles an hour, has no brakes, and it's a 600cc twin cam, single cylinder engine. And this is owned by Gene Woods. Gene Woods owns Gene Woods go-kart track here, but also Gene is a four-time world champion motorcycle racer from 1980, 81, 83, and 84. He was in the Steve McQueen movie On Any Sunday too.
Wow.
So this is kind of a hobby. This is going to go to a couple shows and probably hang out at his house.
Awesome.
Yeah. So. And then we got back here, keys are in the car. We've got a couple more bikes back here. Oh.
So if you want to reach out, you can definitely reach out to him. I'll put his info in the description section below, and I'll also put his link. If you want to learn anything about the motorcycles, you can use Lynn's link. So take a look.
This is probably the most famous motorcycle. This is what they call, this is a Kawasaki. The engine's out of it right now because we're having the cases polished. But it's a Kawasaki H1, which is known as the Widowmaker.
Wow.
This bike in 1973 did the quarter mile in 12 seconds at 124 miles an hour. So we're just, again, we got some paint work that we're waiting for. Everything on this bike is either being, the frame is all powder coated, everything has been re-chromed. These wheels are Buchanan wheels. They got new wheels, polished hub, polished stainless steel spokes.
That's awesome.
And then here's another Honda 500.
Wow. Beautiful.
And then this one here is a Honda 550. I'm sorry. This is a 550. This is a 500. And then there's what's going to be another Honda 500 back here. This is what they look like when I start on them.
Wow. Awesome. Good to go. All right, this is Lynn's contact information. Take a look right here. He's got his card. Phone number 714-582-9784. And feel free to reach out to him anytime. And I'm also going to put his link in the description.
Yeah, I work on motorcycles prior to 2000. So if your motorcycle is 2000 or under, then that's what we specialize in. We don't get involved in too much of the new ones, but especially antique old motorcycles, it's more of a passion for me than it is trying to make a living out. But we're always happy to take on projects. So if you got something that you want to restore, call me.
Thanks, Lynn. I really appreciate it. You're the best. Thank you. We'll give a little cheers to protection, protection, protection.